Welcome back to an exciting new video from Cambriea and Bobby. In today's video, I borrow a truck from a dealership and do a truck review on a 2021 Honda Ridgeline RTLE with the HPD package on it. Oh yeah.
Said hi, 'cause I was way too shy. What would have happened if you just had passed me by the night? We keep on drinking, keep on wishing.
All right. What we have here is a 2021 Honda Ridgeline with the HPD package. You may ask, what is an HPD package? Well, I'm going to show you. HPD package is the Honda Performance Development. What it entails over, because you can add this package to any Ridgeline from, I believe, a 2021 to, I think they still offer them on the 24s, but for sure to 23. So what it is this sticker on both sides, this emblem, it is your fender flares, it's your wheels, and is this front grille. So what is that package? It is a $2,800 package, and it has nothing to do with performance. It is a visual package. However, if you are going to off-road it and whatnot, having this protection to kind of protect the body a little bit isn't a bad deal. But that's pretty much it. If you look at the 2024s, the Trail Sport, which is a new trim line, it basically is this package minus the sticker. So yeah, that's how you would get this package now. You could just buy the trim. But there is some disadvantages to buying a Trail Sport versus a 21 to 23 Honda Ridgeline. So, oh, and this, as far as trim goes, is a RTLE trim. So there's Sport. Well, here, I'll go about them. Sport, RTLE, and then Black Edition. Now on the 24s, they got rid of the RTLE and replaced it with a Trail Sport Edition. So this truck is fully loaded. It's basically everything that the Black Edition has, minus black rims and red stitching, and it was mainly just like little interior things, different color lighting inside. But otherwise, this thing has everything that the Black Edition has and more, because a lot of times people don't buy it with the HPD package on it. So, and with the HPD package, you can get two different color rims, black, or they call this a bronze. I don't know, it looks gold to me, but there you go. Y'all know that I was looking for a truck, right? Well, still don't know what truck to get, because I was looking at a Ram 1500 or an F-150 or a Silverado, you know, all your normal trucks, right? But I had an opportunity to work with CarMax, and they let me borrow this truck. So I got this truck borrowed from CarMax. They said you can borrow it through the month of May, but don't put more than 1,500 miles on it. Otherwise, you got to buy it. You may ask, Bobby, why are you test driving a Ridgeline and not an F-150, a Ram, or a Silverado? Well, because it's kind of weird. It's you know, I want to pick up, but I don't want to pay pickup gas prices. I know if I get a Ram, you can put 87 octane in it, but that's if you baby the hell out of it. Otherwise, you're taking a chance of hurting the motor. So realistically, you're supposed to put in 89 octane to be able to cover that. And that's with, you know, giving it gas here and there, whatever, driving it. And towing, you at least have to put 89 in it. So didn't really want to do that, because just the difference between going through from 87 to 89 is about a 40-cent difference right now per gallon. And it's like, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but over time that all adds up. And as far as I know, gas prices are only going to go up. They're not going to go lower. So I figured that maybe let's check an alternative. And an alternative would be a mid-size truck versus a full-size pickup. Now, I know what you're saying. Honda Ridgeline's not a truck, because it is a unibody vehicle. Unibody vehicles are usually like, you know, your minivans, your SUVs nowadays. Old school stuff was body on frame. This is not a body on frame. However, Honda did figure out that, hey, it's a unibody, but they actually put some extra supporting structure in it to account for such things. And that was just another thing of, oh, well, that's pretty neat. There's a lot of other cool features about this truck besides the gas mileage, which is rated at 18 city, 24 highway. However, according to Consumer Reports, when they reviewed it, doing 75 mile an hour on the highway, they were getting 28 miles per gallon, and they saw upwards as much as 30. So this thing is really good on the highway. It is actually the same as our minivan on the highway, which we get 28 miles per gallon in a minivan. And that's with multiple people in it. So same motor as our minivan, 3.5 liter V6, 280 horsepower, 262 foot-pounds of torque. On here, it is all-wheel drive, standard for the 2021 and forward. So all-wheel drive, torque management system. It puts power where needed. Otherwise, it's primarily a front-wheel drive truck, but when it needs the power, it throws it to the rear. So all-wheel drive is what I like. At the end of this test drive review, when I'm all done with the truck, I do have the option of buying it, obviously, because it's a dealership. You can buy it, you know, whatever. So if I really like this vehicle, I can purchase it. And that was another reason why I was looking for a specific Ridgeline to test. So I've been waiting to see it when they would get one in that, hey, if I'm gonna test drive it, I might as well drive one that I would consider buying if I like it. That's why I wanted the RTLE with the HPD package on it. The truck is very fully loaded with many standard features and options. This would be a great truck for you. 2021 to 23, this is the design. I call it version 2.0 of the Honda Ridgeline after it redesigned. And this truck is very capable and, like I said, very loaded with great features. Like in many of the new Honda vehicles, this truck does have remote start. So you would just hold down the lock button, or you click lock and then hold this down, and the truck will start on its own. And whatever your driver settings are, that's what it'll do. So if you had the AC on, it'll turn it on, all that type of stuff. Lock and hold. There we go. It is remotely started. And then if you want to deactivate it, you just hold down the hold and it shuts off. Or if you click this, the unlock. So you click it once and then you hold it, all the windows will open, and so will the sunroof to let all that humidity out while you were in the store or wherever. The Honda Ridgeline has a max towing of 5,000 pounds with a max tongue rate of 600 pounds. The Ridgeline comes with a Class 3 hitch. It also comes with a 7-pin adapter for hooking up your trailer. The Ridgeline comes with 4-wheel independent suspension, which helps provide a level ride comfort unknown to the rest of the truck world. It has a dual function tailgate, so you can open it like a car door or like a regular pickup truck. It also has a hidden lockable trunk, which can actually fit a full-size human body. So it also can double as a cooler. There is a drain plug, so you could throw a bunch of ice in here, put your drinks in, and be ready for tailgating. Your spare tire and jack are also in this compartment, keeping it safe from the elements. As I said before, the tailgate opens like a normal truck, and it has hard mounts, a total of 8 different hard mounts across the truck bed. So you have plenty of places to do tie downs. And it has an additional compartment that has a 400 watt plug-in. So you could run a TV or power tools or whatever out of the back of your pickup truck. And this feature is available on the RTLE and Black Edition trim 21 to 23. So this vehicle does have daytime LED daytime running lights. It also has LED fog lamps and rear LED tail lights. So there's a lot of LEDs. All right, so this vehicle comes with your standard floor mats, whatnot. The leather is nice, except for the fact that it'll get dirty easy. As far as what have I done just to do the review here, I've added my own cell phone holder and the cabling to charge. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I put in here. Oh, I put, like a first aid kit in here just in case while I'm driving it. But no, this thing comes pretty loaded up. Safety features, it has the lane mitigation. Here. All right. So it does have the memory seats and mirrors, and also it will remember what you last set this to. I turned it off before I shut the vehicle off, but had I left this on, it would automatically have put it to the setting I had if, the second driver used it. So it goes based off of the key, what it recognizes. So we have the active cruise control, which is right here, the lane mitigation system. So that's another feature that is standard to keep you in your lane. This one also has blind spot monitoring. That is on the RTL trim and up for this year. The only trim that doesn't have the blind spot is your base level sport trim. Otherwise, the other safety features are all just included. This one also has heated steering wheel, which is right down here. Your heated seats, passenger and driver. It also has wireless charging for your phone. But I really don't use this because I want to plug this in so I can use my Apple CarPlay. Auto dimming mirror. It has this is cool because it is a powered rear window. And then of course, you know, powered sunroof. You got the little, the kid mirror, so you can see what's behind you. Yeah, and this is a low miles vehicle here. For a 2021, extremely low miles. And you can see it's 92 degrees out. It is just hot today in Florida. Digital gauges, the menu. I'll close this. So you got the menu. We can tell you right now, I've been doing a lot of like idling and whatnot. I haven't driven it that far since I've refilled the gas tank. So still driving it around here, but I was trying to get, you know, some fuel economy numbers, tire pressure, compass, and it will display the road that you are on when you're driving. Besides it also having navigation, and I mean, it's got a ton of different stuff. The truck bed audio, so you can like tailgate and have your music play outside. It's pretty awesome. That's a feature that is on the RTL E and Black Edition trims. So yeah, there's those, all that in the menu. Your features here, some of your guys here. So there's your lane keep, your parking sensors and all that stuff. You can turn your traction control off. You can turn the automatic braking system off if you want. This is auto wipers. So you can turn that on, and whenever there's rain, they automatically come on. Your cargo lights, and then here is the button to do the outlet in the truck bed. And then your econ mode, which this does make a difference. So when that thing's off, you can unleash the full power. When this thing is on, it feels like you're driving a 4-cylinder. So it like holds your RPMs back. There is a delay in acceleration. It's not like as torquey, twitchy, but when this thing goes off, this thing does, it's very torquey and twitchy. It'll like just go if you lay on it, because then it's sending the wheel, it'll send the power to all the wheels and make sure you grip and rip. But I've been driving around with it off. Try to get some fuel economy numbers, but what else do we got? And obviously you can do all your audio controls are right here, so you can switch through if you want to make a phone call, go to audio, nav, then all your buttons for that. And yep, here's your phone buttons. So I mean, as far as this truck being loaded, it is pretty dang loaded. On CarMax's website, they have it rated at a 9 out of 10 for loaded. The only reason I think it doesn't have a 10 is because it doesn't have any like additional add-ons, like a luggage rack, your little like step up, your side stepping to be able to get in and out. It doesn't have a tonneau cover. So I think if it had that, then it might bump it up to a 10, because like I said, every feature that Honda has to offer is in this trim. So it is an awesome trim level, considering it is not even the top trim. Because really the only difference between this and the Black Edition is in the seats, it says Black Edition. And it has different stitching. It has red stitching. And in here at night, this light here, instead of it being blue in the black, it is red. So very little gain by going to the Black Edition for these years, or for this year, 21 to 23. And transmission is all push button. It is a 9-speed transmission that was added in 2021, and to help with the fuel economy. And it seems like it's a good transmission. There hasn't really been any issues that I am aware of with it. And then you have this, which can control how do you want to run your truck here. So normal, snow, mud, sand, whatever how you want that all-wheel drive system to work, it has those options. There is no low gear or locking diffs, but I mean, this truck primarily is going to be driven on the road with, you know, your gravel off-roading, or if you want to call it going on a gravel road off-roading. But it is capable somewhat off-road for what it is. What hinders it is not having the low gear, and also it is a lower to the ground truck. But other than that, it really isn't that bad. So I've seen videos of people taking it off-road, some avid off-roaders, and this truck did perform better than they expected and did do things that they didn't think it could do. So overall, for what I would want it for, it is very capable. And you got storage and stuff down here. Additional plugs down here. You have another USB and another outlet. So there you go, that's down in here. There's a light in here too, so you can see what y'all got in here. This is a tri-zone system. So you have both where you can control the driver, the passenger side, and the rear. So that's your rear setting to adjust the fan and everything like that. So very nice to be able to have control over everywhere in the vehicle. It also has your defroster for the rear and the mirrors, and then obviously the front, it's pretty standard. So there you go, that's that system. And this truck also has paddle shifts. So you got your downshift and your up, and all you got to do is hit your drive button. You put it in drive, hit it again, and it goes into its sport mode, and then you can shift through the paddle shifts if desired. You got a lockable glove box, decent size. Also with the HPD package, you do get a wheel lock adapter. So the wheels, you know, since they are upgraded wheels, they have a wheel lock on them. So you get that as well with that package. Also, another feature on this vehicle is auto brights. So your headlights, when you don't have to, you know, flip the thing forward like you like manually do. If you push it forward, your brights come on. This one has auto brights. So if it sees with the little camera that, hey, we need more light on the road, it'll automatically do it. That's one of the features. Now we get in the back. So if you need additional space besides, you know, the trunk and the truck bed, you also can do this. There you go. That side goes up as well. It is a 60-40 split seat. So you can adjust your cargo and passengers easy enough. Cup holder, phone holder, whatever. Back here you got a little, I don't even know what you'd use that for, but you got a little storage area. And then you got your USBs, 2.5 amp. And then storage behind each seat. So yeah. This does have a 9-speaker, 540 watt stereo system. So that is upgraded from the other two lower trim packages, the Sport and the RTL. They have a 200 watt speaker or 200 watt system. So yes, this is 9 speakers, 540 watt. And that is on the RTLE and Black Edition trim levels. So yeah, The driver, you saw the lumbar support. That passenger seat is also powered. It just doesn't have the lumbar support. But otherwise, it's fully adjustable as well. Oh, I didn't show this. And then you do have more cup holders, armrest, all that stuff. And then it does have the latches for car seats back there as well. As far as rear seating goes, I mean, I got some headroom and I'm about 5'10". So, I mean, I got headroom. I mean, even right here. So, I mean, the seat and leg room is good. I mean, that's it. However, I mean, there's room for behind the driver's seat, and I have it, when you get in and out, it automatically like moves itself to whatever position it's defaulted to, so you can get in and out. But yeah, so there's definitely room back here for my knees, for me. We got the armrest, so it's nice. It is a softer material, so it is very, very comfortable. A lot of soft materials in this vehicle. Even the dash has this. It's more, you know, like a plasticky, but it does have a soft touch, just like in the Honda Odyssey. So yes, there is plastic on the dash, but there is also like a softer plasticky whatever material. But other than that, I mean, you do got headrest. Oh, right here too. For the middle, gets a headrest too. So if you have to have 5 passengers in here, there actually is decent room. I mean, this ain't no little jump seat or anything like that, so you actually have a decent space for your butt. And for this side, I mean, it is a comfortable rear seat. And here's where my head is. It gives you, these seats in the rear are a little higher than the front seat, so it gives you a little bit higher sitting position, which is kind of neat, because then you can kind of see a little bit more when you're way in the back. And the front seats are very comfortable, and there's plenty of room for if you're a bit, well, the seats are adjustable. Steering wheel's adjustable. So if you're a bigger driver or shorter driver, I mean, everything's fully adjustable. And in this video, when I'm referring to the minivan, I'm referring to our 2022 Honda Odyssey EXL. So it's very, very comparable to the Honda Ridgeline. They're both made in the same factory in the US, actually. It's designed in, you know, Japan, but made in the US. So these guys are made in the same factory. The motor is the exact same. The transmission's the same between the two. So very comparable. The ride quality is a little bit better in the minivan because it is meant to be a much softer suspension. But yeah, so that's when I'm comparing. There you go. Something I wanted to show. This vehicle, besides having like your lane, you know, assist, where it will tell you, hey, grab the steering wheel, you need to watch your steering. This also has lane mitigation, where it will steer for you to keep you in the center of the lane. That's what this is right here. So it is actually like moving the wheel. I don't know how well you can tell, but it is moving it. Well, it's telling me to steer, but yes, it actually is steering the wheel. Even on slight turns, it will steer it. We do not have this on our Honda Odyssey. Like, I got my hand right here, like ready for this, but like, I mean, you probably still get pulled over if you just let this thing steer for you, because you're like this, you know. But it is doing the steering. It's trying to keep me in the center of the lane. And yeah, even though this is a 2021 and our Honda Odyssey is a 2022, not the highest trim level 2022, but I just thought this was pretty amazing that, yeah, you can see it. It's like, hey, you need a steer, guy. But yeah, pretty cool feature. Not a bad thing if you're doing like a long road trip to have that additional safety feature. Obviously, steer your own vehicle, but to have that additional safety feature there is pretty awesome. And like I said, this is standard on this trim level. I'd have to double check. It might be standard across the board for Ridgelines. I'll check. I'll put it up on the screen if it is. But what a cool feature on this truck, where I know a lot of other pickup trucks on the market, you're definitely paying more, and it's an additional package for all the safety stuff that comes with this truck. Besides, you know, like it doing the stopping for you and, you know, all that stuff, you know, that's standard, you know. But yeah, pretty awesome. This truck, every day I drive it, I learn something new about it that is just really cool. So, very neat. Great for highway driving. You may have noticed, yeah, there's a cowboy hat on my dash. Basically, if you buy a pickup truck, you automatically become a cowboy, or you're gonna wear a ball cap. So, my hat's just on the dash right now. Pickup truck joke. So, from what I've observed driving the Ridgeline, it's a decent sized truck. I was parked next to like an older F-150, you know, crew cab, so 4 doors and everything, and it's pretty much same size. Now that's, you know, like an early 2000 F-150. So by today's standards, it's a mid-size truck. It's, you know, bed capabilities and towing capabilities, it's a mid-size truck. But overall size of it, it is like a full-size truck from the 90s and early 2000s. So it's a decent size. Inside, there's plenty of room. Turning, being able to like turn and pull into parking spaces, you know, it's a bigger vehicle, but it actually doesn't do too bad. It's quiet. It's got all the nice safety features. The only thing that I've observed while driving is, since I don't really know the infotainment system and everything, and I'm kind of still learning it, it's something you don't want to do when you're driving, that's for sure. Once you got it, I'm sure, you know, it's easy enough. But yeah, just compared to our minivan, it's just like, it's so simple and easy, because I know where everything is and the menus and everything like that. Whereas this is a little different. Even though it is made by Honda, it's only a year older, since it's a 21 versus a 22. But you would think everything should be the same, but it is a little different. So it's kind of my first impressions of it. But otherwise, it drives super nice. It drives like it's just a little bit stiffer of a suspension than the minivan. So overall, I mean, compared to the Honda Odyssey, it's very similar. But yes, a little wider, definitely longer, and stiffer suspension so far with the drive feeling. So this truck, it's quiet. I'd prefer like a little bit more exhaust noise out of it. But if you don't like the louder noises and you want your vehicle quiet, this is a quiet truck. I mean, you heard I just went past that garbage truck. That thing's loud as can be. But even, you know, giving it a little bit, getting the RPMs up, it really isn't that loud. So And inside the cab, yeah, it's quiet. All right, so gonna do a little drive, highway driving to see how this thing goes. I got the what's it called, Econ off, just so I could hear how it sounded accelerating. It sounded nice, and it actually held the revs pretty good when I got off of it, in case I wanted to get back into it. So when Econ's off, it has no problem whatsoever accelerating. It feels strong. And like I said, the only thing I would actually want more of out of this truck would be more exhaust note. Like, Borla, you need to make an exhaust for this. You only got an exhaust for the 2016, 2017 through 2020. Where's the 21 to 23? Where's that exhaust, Borla? The Borla exhaust, hearing it on the second gen version 1.0, it sounded really good. It had a deeper bass, which is probably as close as you're going to get to the V8 sound, because that's the thing. It's a V6 in this, but I do want to hear it, because there's V6s out there that sound great. Think about the Acura or the Honda NSX. Those had a great sound to them. Now granted, those were sports cars, but they had decent sized V6s in them. This has a 3.5 liter 6. This should have a nice deep bass, but unfortunately the exhaust companies like to have that stupid loud rattle cracking and stuff like that, and that's what they make for it. The MagnaFlow system that they make for this truck isn't bad. I just wish it was more of a deeper bass. There is, so if you want to add performance, there is a MagnaFlow system. It's a catback exhaust. If you want a cold air intake, the best one that I've seen for this year truck is made by AEM. It shows dyno numbers of 13 horsepower gain, 12 foot-pounds of torque, peak gain. But when I saw some video of people actually putting it on their vehicle, some other dynos were saying it was doing more. So who knows? But either way, there is a cold air intake. It sounds better on this, and it'll give you a bump in power. So there are some options for this vehicle. If you're like, a V6, that's not going to make enough power for me. Well, there is some options for you to get it over that 300 horsepower mark. So yes, check those out. But otherwise, driving this on the highway, it's got plenty of go. I mean, it doesn't have a problem accelerating or passing or anything of that nature. And it's relatively quiet. So, and seems to be absorbing the bumps, which there isn't a whole lot on this stretch of highway in Florida. But seems to be drives fine on the highway. So the disadvantages of this mid-size truck compared to other mid-size trucks is, since it is not a full-framed vehicle and it's a unibody, it can't tow as much as, let's say, the Toyota Tacoma or your Chevy Colorado or the Ford Ranger. The one they like to pit up against this vehicle the most is the Ford Ranger. And yes, the Ford Ranger can I believe it can hold a little bit more in the bed, and it definitely can tow more when properly configured. This only does 5,000 pounds, for towing, and it can do 1,509 pounds in the bed. So yes, it is a little underrated compared to full frame vehicles. So that is a downside to it. However, because it is a unibody and it has the independent suspension, it will ride better. It will be a more comfortable
only one
ride. Engine configuration, only one transmission, only one bed size. So that is another like disadvantage to it, is on full sizes you can pick a number of different configurations. So, but do I like this vehicle? Absolutely. It is very easy to go from our minivan into this truck. It is a little taller ride, it is a little bit bigger of a vehicle, but very easy to transition and go into it and just drive it. Would I buy it? Yes, I would. This Ridgeline reliability is very elevated, very high. So that's another factor that I play into it. How much money am I gonna have to put into this thing over the years? Is it gonna last? Yes, it will. 200 to 300,000 miles should be good to go. And if you look at Consumer Reports, the Honda Ridgeline is top of its class for midsize truck. Its review ratings, its recommendations, it is the top. And owner satisfaction over 10 years, it is much higher than all other midsize trucks. The only other one that comes close to it is going to be the Toyota Tacoma. And like I told you before, the advantage of the Tacoma and where the advantages of the Honda is. This is a good compromise. And like I said, if you're not a truck guy or girl, this is kind of like a stepping stone into the truck world. It gives you a little taste of, what do I really want? Do I want more truck or do I want more SUV instead? It kind of gives you a little bit of both, and you can figure out what you really want. So that's kind of my interpretation of this vehicle. And with all the standard features that it has in this trim package and the appearance package of the HPD, it's a really good. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video on the 2021 Honda Ridgeline. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This could be possibly something that I do, is test drive vehicles and do reviews. I don't know. I am a car guy trying to learn more about be a truck guy as well. So we'll see if this is a new thing for the channel, but definitely hit the subscribe button because we still do all our family vlogging. And hopefully you liked today's video. Give it a thumbs up and drop a comment. I don't know if I missed any like special like hidden feature on this vehicle or whatnot. Maybe you know more about it. Or if you just were like, wow, I didn't even know that Honda made a truck. There you go. That's why I'm just trying to bring it to light. So, see you next time.